Hello. Yes. Oh my goodness. You guys just don't understand. So, for about less than an hour, I've been trying to go live on Instagram. And I don't know if there are just too many people going live on Instagram right now. It's just, I thought it was my internet connection. But, you know, Facebook is coming through for your girl. Um, so hi to those that are watching. I'm gonna say hello, hello, hello. All right, so good evening, Instagram. How is everybody's weekend going? So leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know how your weekend is going. So I'll kick off and share how my weekend has been. I am having a wonderful, wonderful rested weekend. I would say for the first time in what I feel feels like some time, I feel light. Hi, Tiffany. Oh my goodness. How is the new baby? Leave me a comment. So great to see you. So I think for the first time in what feels like a little while, I feel really light and my mind is at peace, and I really owe him all of the glory. Um, it's been a really tough few years. Hi Nadine, how are you? Your daughter is just beautiful. I hope she had a really good time at homecoming. Is that what it was? Um, so yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know how your weekend is going. So I just want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. So I'm not going to keep you too long because I know we're getting ready for a new work week. We all have things and responsibilities going on. But I just want to let you guys know that these lives that I do will come every other Sunday in preparation for a new podcast episode. So for those of you who are just watching now and you are like, what podcast? What is this about? What did I miss? So yeah, if you guys are not in the know, you need to be in the know. So for those of you, we are about, help me out for those in the audience that have been listening. We are, Shania just said, ooh, Miss Jessie. Oh, Ayana has been trying to come in the live just to say hello. So I will, if she's next to you, I will call her. I'm sure she would love to see. So yes, so if you guys are not in the know, I have relaunched my podcast, which for those of you who really aren't aware of what it's about, it really is a platform for people who really are walking boldly and unapologetically in their truth. Thank you so much. So yes, so if you guys have missed, we are about, leave me a comment for those who are listening. I believe it, correct me if I'm wrong, we are about, this is going to be the 6th episode. We are 6 episodes in, so, well, this coming Wednesday will be the 6th episode, but if you haven't listened yet, you want to head over, and for those of you who are not really podcast heavy or, don't listen to podcasts, I recommend going over to https /www.stitcher, spelled STITCHER.com. Hello, Hanif. backslash podcasts backslash this dash life dash I dash live dash in dash truth. Um, for those of you who, Damien, Hanif, can you leave in the comment below how people can listen to the podcast, especially if they're not, you know, um, familiar with podcasts at all. But it's also, if you do like a Google search, the podcast is available on Spotify, iTunes, Google, as well as Stitcher. And it's also available on my website, which is www.thislifeiliveinTruth.com. So that's a little bit of housekeeping out the way. So if you guys have not taken a listen, Hanif was so gracious to leave the link to Stitcher so you guys can copy it, lift it, and pop it in to a new search bar and start to listen. So for those of you who missed the last episode, we had Miss Chantrice Copeland on, and she shared with us, it was an episode about alone but not lonely, and we discussed being in our season of singleness, or what does that even look like, right? And so if I can be really transparent, because I don't know any other way to live my life, but if I can be really transparent, I found myself about 8.5 years in what I thought was a committed relationship with the father of my child, single again. So for those who have not been keeping up with me, I am single again, and I am absolutely loving it. Hi, Dad. This is so funny. But yes, I am absolutely loving it. And so take a listen to that episode, because we talk about a lot of things. So for my ladies who are on here, for my singles, I mean, there's something really for everybody, whether you're single, whether you're married. Hanif, I know you took a listen. What would you say was your takeaway with this last episode as a married man? What was your takeaway with listening to that episode about singleness? So I'm going to give you some time. I don't know if you're kind of doing a couple different things. But Chantrice left a lot of little nuggets. Have always appreciated your transparency. True change and freedom can only come out of honesty. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm in the front room, and my neighbors are, I don't know. Hey, so Chantrice talked about, I'm trying to read these comments as they're coming in, red flags, and I realized that just because I'm married, it doesn't mean that I can exhibit the red flags. So this is so true. So for a married man to have listened to that episode and was able to extract that from the conversation is huge. I am so grateful for that. Thank you so much, Hanif, for sharing. And Tiffany, thank you for your kind words. It's really important for us to walk in our truth and to be as transparent as we can, because I understand that, by you sharing your story, that it can be somebody else's survival guide, how you were able to get through, a dark time or a dark moment. Okay, so I'm going to stop what I'm saying just so I don't lose Hanif's comments. I'm still dating and wooing my wife. So ways to show that she is special and the chivalry, etc. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I happen to know Hanif in real life and his beautiful wife, and the black love is so real, guys. Contrary to what society believes, we definitely have strong black families that are committed and have God as the center in their lives. So thank you, Hanif, for your transparency. Thank you for assisting me with adding the link on the chat. So, I don't want to say too much about that episode, but beautiful wife, you are not playing. Yes, she is absolutely gorgeous. So I really want you guys to listen to the episodes. Black love, yes. Black families, yes. So yes, Chantrice talks a lot about her season of singleness, and in that we learn a lot of things while on that journey. Just sharing on mine and what my journey has been like as I am still in my season of singleness. It really, really was important for me to heal. Healing, we don't talk too much about healing as a community, as a society, as a world, Sometimes things happen to us and we're taught to just suck it up and to just keep going. But when you don't deal with your mess, it becomes bigger mess. Like when you fail to address something that is triggering or is stopping you from being your best self, you do yourself and you do everybody around you a disservice. So I really am still in this process of healing, but it doesn't look pretty. Like healing, it doesn't always look pretty. It's not always kumbaya. It is raw. It is crying at 3 o'clock in the morning. It is the ugly cry too, not just something you see on TV. It is facing yourself and being honest with yourself and being honest about areas where you fall short or you've fallen short in your past relationship or in your past dealings. It's about being introspective, and it's really about doing the work. So in this time of in this season of my singleness, I am finding that I am really doing the work to heal. And to do that, you have to be introspective and you have to confront and face those things about you where you are weak and you need the Lord's guidance and His support so that you can be better and be a better version of yourself. I found that to get through some of those days where, I may feel lonely, being around people who love you, who will challenge you, and who will help you to grow is really, really important. During this season of my singleness and just this season of my life in general, there was major liquidation that had to take place. Anybody that didn't do the three of the things that I just mentioned, anybody who wasn't here to love me without condition, to challenge me, and to help me to grow, sometimes I had to allow them to bow out of my life, whether, I was the person orchestrating them leaving my life or it was something that happened naturally. It definitely was necessary. During this time, I've also, I would say, have strengthened my purpose because I would say coming to find my purpose was a 10 plus year journey, and I have just entered a space in my life where I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor, and I am just so grateful that I kept going when I wanted to give up, or when life got really tough, or when I had lemons being thrown at me. I decided to just, make lemonade, and to be still, and to really just trust in him. Um, and as I was strengthened in my purpose, you really have to live it out. You only get one life on this earth, so you really have to live it out, and you have to do it boldly. You have to do it unapologetically and without any fear. I So yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of. Ooh, am I missing comments? Okay, so Hanif has also said that, ooh, Chantrice talked a bit about maintaining your identity as an individual, and I thought that it was important, and I don't have my life lost. I don't have my life lost. I want to say he meant to say, I don't have my wife lose her identity just because she is one with me. That is absolutely true. It is so important. Make lemonade. You can make lemon custard pie. It was supposed to be wife. That's what I thought. So yes, it's really important to maintain who you are as an individual. When you are ready to consciously couple with somebody, and to say, hey, I'm going to do life with this person. We're never really whole people. I think wholeness is a journey that we have to choose on a consistent basis, and we have to work on. Just like how some people think that life is a journey. It's something that we're always working and striving towards. But as whole as you can be when you get in a relationship, I think that is the most beneficial. Hey, Laura Matthews. So for those who are just joining us, I am really asking about everybody's weekend. How has it been? And, for those of you who are not in the know, recently I've just relaunched my podcast, which really is a platform for people to live in their truth. And our goal for the podcast is to really empower our listeners to cancel the noise, to seek the truth, and to live their best and their most authentic life. So yes, we have launched. When did we launch? We launched September 1st, and we are almost a month in. We are going on episode 6. So this coming week, on Wednesday, we are going to have a new episode dropping. So this coming Wednesday, we are going to kind of switch gears from really focusing on relationships to focusing on a topic that, especially in the Black community, that we need to talk more about. We are going to have the young and the talented Netta Jenkins. She is the VP of Global Inclusion at Ask Apps. She is also the author of Self-Advocacy and Confidence for a Fearless Career, as well as the co-founder of Dipper. And if you have not Googled Dipper, it is an opportunity for people of color to share their workplace experiences, and it is a community where you can receive support and to let your voice be heard. So definitely check out all those platforms that she is on. So this coming episode, she is going to be speaking about diversity and inclusion in the workforce. Um, if there is anything, if there is anything, hi Amari, how are you? If there is anything, I know I said that 3 times, but I really want you guys to listen. If there is anyone that understands what empowering individuals in the workforce, what that can do for the growth of a company, it's her. So I really want you guys to please mark your calendars and tune in this coming Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be Wednesday, October the 2nd at 7:30 on most platforms. So you can search for my podcast, which is titled This Life I Live in Truth, on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, as well as my personal website, which is www.thislifeiliveinTruth.com. So I want to hear, we have some people joining in the room, like, where are you guys watching from? How has your weekend been? And if you guys are not subscribed to This Life I Live in Truth podcast, like, what are y'all waiting for? Take a listen. What I love about podcasts is you can listen while you do whatever needs to be done, while you're reading, while you're cooking, while you're folding laundry, while you're driving. That's my favorite pastime to listen to podcasts. Or if you live in a metropolitan area, while you are on the train, getting where you need to get. So we talked about this past episode. We talked about maintaining your individuality, being in season of singleness, and what to do while you're in that space. It's important to heal. It's important to be introspective. He says he can listen while he works out. So great thing about podcasts is, get those gains and build my brain all at the gym. That's right. So, it's a time where you can heal, you can be introspective. So we're talking about being in your season of singleness, things that you can do while you're in that time and you're waiting on your husband or you're waiting on your wife. You got to do the work on yourself. You have to surround yourself with people who love you, who will challenge you, and who will help you to grow. And it's a time for you to find what your purpose on this earth is all about. It's your time to figure out, how can I be of greater service to the world at large. And it's a time for you to just, once you found that purpose, to live it out. Live it out boldly, unapologetically, and without fear. So again, I know I said I'm not going to keep you guys too long, so I'm going to have some closing housekeeping things. That's such an important time, and it's so necessary. I could not agree more. And I am in that space right now, and it is, I think I opened the live by saying it's the first time in a long time where I feel really light. I feel the last, I would say, 2.5, possibly 3 years, things were really heavy. I felt really weighed down, and there were moments where there was an absence of hope, and it's a wonderful feeling to feel light and to have peace of mind. That's something that, whether you have money or not, it is something that is absolutely necessary, and that I'm sorry we had a bit of technical difficulties. So Yes, I do not want to talk your ears off too much longer, but I really love you guys for just listening. And as you guys know, I am always looking for guests to speak on the show. So if you know somebody who knows somebody who wants to be on the show, definitely leave me a DM. Instagram is the best way to reach me. I'm not always on Facebook, if I can be very transparent. And for those of you who missed, well, what is this podcast about if I wanted to invite a guest? So, yes, you guessed it in the title of the podcast. It is about living in your truth. Whew, that felt so good to say. So our goal for the podcast is really to empower our listeners to cancel the noise, to seek the truth, and all while you're living your best and your most authentic life. So yes, this is the call for all future guests. If you want to be a guest, if you feel like you are convicted and you have, your conviction alone is sufficient. But if you have a wealth of knowledge on a topic and you want to share it with others, this platform is really a safe space and is a place for us to be able to pour into each other. Tanya, thank you so much. So yeah, definitely leave me a DM and we will go from there. So to keep, hey Aaliyah, oh my goodness. This is like URI mixed in with Rhode Island fam. I really, really, really appreciate all of this love. So yes. So for those of you who want to continue to keep passion projects like this going, it's really important that you guys show support. So if you guys have an Instagram and you're following your girl, if you're not following your girl, search at This Life I Live in Truth and click follow. And so in my bio, click on the link there and you will look for the widget that says Become a Patreon. So that is how you can show support and help this podcast to continue to exist. Recently, I want to give a shout out to Mommy Matters. Hopefully she's going to listen. But I've just had a community of people who are understanding that this podcast was really a labor of love that was put together with no budget. So things are going to get better. The sound quality will get better. So we are on that mission. So we are going to improve our sound. We just had some microphone equipment donated because they really believe in this vision and what we are doing. And it's so important for us to just support each other as a community, as a whole. Like, if you win, I win, we all win, in the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because of you. So yeah, thank you guys so much. You are doing an amazing job. Oh, Natalie, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you so much for joining this live. And it's so good to hear from people who have been a part of my growth, honestly, who have known me when I was a bit bratty. And God is just working on your girl. And I am just so happy. So I'm so glad that you could join us this evening and to just show my support and my appreciation. I have a self-care checklist on what I felt were some of the essentials, right, to living an authentic, purposeful life. So I'm going to share the link with you. And Hanif, you've been so gracious to share all the links of how people can support this passion project. So if you would go visit http://www.thislifeliveinTruth.com/self-care checklist. I would, ooh, he is so quick. I didn't even say it and it's already up there. So pin all of these links, guys, because this checklist is for you. Like, if you are on that journey towards living a purposeful life and you just don't know exactly like how to go about it, it walks you through it. It walks you through some of the things that are really important to have aligned for you to get to that place where I don't want to say you give zero F's, but it's like that. And you're living for, your maker, and you are living to be better than the person you were the day before. So yes, I am. Oh my goodness. Hi, husband, who is married now. So let me say, Stephen Morgan, thanks so much for joining. So I am just so grateful for you all. Again, I said I wasn't going to keep you guys all night because I know tomorrow is a new work day. Oh, Ayana, come say hi because Shania wanted to say hi earlier.
Hi.
Come down. She is so tall now, guys. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, can I just encapsulate her? Like,
what does that mean?
Can I just encapsulate her because she is just growing so quickly?
No, you can't.
Okay. So, it still feels like I brought her home yesterday. So, I don't know what this, like, growing up fast is all about.
You did.
I did what?
Dad's house.
You know what I mean. That I brought you home from the hospital.
I know.
Fresh out the oven.
Fresh out the oven?
Oh, goodness. So, she is getting ready for, it is 15 minutes past her bedtime, so I am going to end this live. Thank you guys so much. Tell them thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Until next time. Hey, Kathy, how are you? So until next time, guys, I really, really want to encourage you guys to cancel the noise, to seek the truth that is often found in the light. All right, until next time.
Bye.
Bye. How do I end?
You don't know how to